about music, I think about energy. You put in energy to create music, and that energy gets pushed on to others when they listen to your music, and then they take that energy in, and they perceive it however they will. My goal when I make music is to put in a decent amount of energy into every song, have people listen to that song, receive the energy, and come up with any ideas that they have. When I think about underground music production compared to, the main branches of production in our world today and the businesses today, I think a lot of that difference comes from money. A lot of people are there to get as much money as they can. It's a business. Yeah, they have to make money. That's their job. That gets in the way of a lot of people's artistic views. I think it's a fair trade-off. You're making more money, you start a business, but you lose some of that creativity because you have to be constricted, you have to be general. And honestly, I don't know which one I'd rather have, to the opportunity to be completely free in underground music, or the opportunity to be successful in my business endeavors, but lose a lot of that creativity. I feel like there's not a lot of artists that keep both of those things. That's the main difference I find with underground compared to the main branches of production today.
Music consists of different parts. The business side of music, and then there's the creative side of music. With the business side of music, that tends to take away the creative side of music. Contracts, ways to make money, marketing, promotion, advertising. Now it's social media as well, distribution of your music. So that's the business side of music. The creative part, which is more the fun part, that's really you coming up with melodies and production, coming up with the beats, and combining all of those into one. On the creative side, the different positions consist of the artist, the producer, the person who makes the beat sometimes isn't the producer, so depending on the song, that's another part. And usually you have the performer as well. In not every case the performer is the writer. Like for example for R&B, a lot of times R&B artists have writers. They don't really write the music themselves. I grew up around music. My family was always around music. And I was blessed to be around different types of music. I had some family who was into hip hop, and I had, because of my roots in Jamaica, you have reggae, and I also had family members who were heavy deep in religion, so we had gospel. So music has done everything. Music is life. If it wasn't for music, I'm not sure where I would be right now. Everything that I've done in life is always circled right back into music. So.
So, making music, for me, I need the right mindset. Mood plays a big role in it for me. The kind of mood that I'm feeling, what I'm in, what kind of mood I want to put out, what I want the audience to feel. That's the main thing I'm looking for when I make music.
I need a muse. If I don't have a muse, I'm not writing anything. I'll be focusing on other aspects. But definitely need a muse, because she either gets me going in I started with poetry and just writing about the love of a woman, and that really got me into everything. So that is my basis for how I start my writing procedure.
What I need to start making music is a good computer, something that can run Pro Tools. I usually use that for mastering. Logic is what I usually use for producing. But aside from that, pretty good quality mic I'm looking for.
I have the basics. So speakers, mic, interface, computer, DAW. That's it. And some water. Water is definitely a necessary. Just the studio essentials and water, and then you're good to go.
Probably my junior year. I really didn't know what I wanted to do, and damn, bro, we're gonna have a lot of takes, bro. Shot at it. I had nothing better to do, literally. I was working and started going into that music thing, and I was liking it a lot, cause my dad, my parents, I have a whole like past of music just in the culture, especially Spanish. Which is a little surprising too, because I never knew how to play any instruments, and now I'm learning how to play the piano. So like this song Rara, when it first came out, I fell in love with it, and a month after that I met Plex. Then Plex just told Plex that I was a producer, well, trying to be a producer, showed him a beat, he fucked with it, bring me into the studio. So like chopped it up, got to meet everyone at 456, and here I am. You know what I mean? Making beats to this day, every day, non-stop. I'm not gonna stop until I'm up there either. So, you could be a great rapper with no followers on Instagram, and nobody recognizes you, and you could be a horrible rapper with a bunch of followers, and people just wanna sign you. You know what I mean? So I think that's kinda iffy, because you gotta be good at something you do. You can't just expect the talent that you have to work harder than the work that you're actually putting in. It just don't make sense to me. So I've realized that I've had the talent with this, so I'm just gonna bust my ass until I'm up there.
When people talk about using samples, it kind of has a negative tone to it, like it's something we're not supposed to do or it's morally wrong, and in some cases it's totally morally wrong. But in other situations, it can be great tools for great music.
So right now I'm going to be working on Logic on my laptop. Basically, I'm going to be working with a song that Kendrick Lamar sampled in his song Rigor Mortis. Rigor Mortis is actually one of my favorite songs by Kendrick Lamar, and it almost entirely consists of the same sample repeating over and over again with intricate drum beats and other things going on top of it. The song that was sampled in Rigor Mortis is called The Thorns by Willie Jones III. I'm gonna try listening to it now and see what we can find. Now, that might of sounded familiar to you, that was from Rigor Mortis. If you don't remember that, it's that one part right there. The first step that I take in doing this is listening to the song carefully to find the measures. Now that I've got the tempo, I can go ahead and chop it on the beat. I'm going to go ahead and process it into my sampler device called the EXS24. That's really all there is to it, honestly. There's a lot more to it when it comes to people like Nujabez and Jay Dilla. They do a lot more, they sample just as much, but they do a lot more intricate things. For a lot of mainstream rappers right now, they don't really need to push that hard for their samples. They can pretty much just use whatever they like and pay whoever they're using. It's just how it is. As you can see here, there's a little gap there. This is where it's supposed to be. All I have to do is chop down the fat. And we have a smooth sample. I do that for all the ones that I'm using. This one's got some room here, so I can chop that down. And I can actually extend it too to make it longer. If I wanted to, I can take each of the sample files and reverse them so that they play in reverse. Kendrick Lamar has a recent song that's called Loyalty. He actually sampled Bruno Mars's 24 Karat Gold, or 24K Gold, whatever he calls it. He sampled that song, pitched it up, put it in reverse, chopped it up just like I did here, and he came up with the beat of Loyalty. Go ahead, search it up. I think I'm gonna go with a different song though, only because this one sounds way too much like Rigor Mortis, no matter how much I play it. I'm gonna be using a song from the movie The Big Boss. It's a Bruce Lee movie, one of my favorites. That's about all you really need when you're sampling. You don't need too much. You can do a lot on your own.
I've always thought that music was energy, or it was at least very similar to energy in the fact that you put in energy into your music when you create it. There is no science involved in this. It's more of a metaphor that I use. And I think when that energy, the metaphorical energy, leaves the music onto the person, it's going to hit them, and they can respond in any sort of way. And I think that's really cool. With my music, I always create instrumental, which means there's no lyrics or singing or words in it. And at first I did that because, I can't sing. I can't rap. My voice isn't very nice. It's not pleasant to the ear. But over time, I learned to love instrumentals. People like Nujabes, Jay Dilla, Flying Lotus, Jin Sung, guys like that. They inspired me to keep making my music instrumental. And don't worry about what people think in the mainstream of things. Everybody always needs words. But I feel like you can convey a message with just the sound. Jazz players have been doing it for years. I feel as though you can convey a strong message, or at least a tone. You can convey a tone with just music alone, without any lyrics, without any words. And I think it's less constricting. When a song has words in it, you're bound by those words. Whereas if I have my instrumental music, you can picture literally anything. And I think that's really cool.
Alright, so check it out. Box Visuals, that's my company. Started it about 7 months ago. You can tell I'm really excited about it. I love it. It's the air I breathe. Pretty much started doing like local videos for a lot of homies out in Wyandanch. A couple homies out in Amityville, shout out Live, whatever. Check it out. So, like 7 months ago I started doing videos mad cheap, like $50, $60 videos, $100 videos, just to get my name out there. And then long story short, like just because I love the shit, you know what I'm saying? So like after that, you know what I'm saying, the passion was like bleeding right through the work. And then people could kind of tell how much I was into it by the consistency, how I was dropping video after video after video, just so quick. Like I never did that before. I used to rap back in the day, but I ran out of words, you know what I'm saying? I was like, rapping is too selective. Video is like, I could just take someone else's story and just like turn it into a vision, you know what I'm saying? So it was like a lot easier for me to just do that. I don't know why, it was just funner for me and easier. And like after that I found this like new respect for video work, and like to me it was like, yo, if the song doesn't have a video to it, then there really isn't a purpose for it, to me, being a videographer. But so that being said, in my head always thinking that, I really just like gave up the passion for writing music, but obviously I still wanted to be around it. And actually turned out to, give me the ability to be around it even more. Just fucking with like more people and shit. Rapping is kind of like selective, like you kind of stay to yourself. It's you against every other rapper. When you're a video guy, everybody fucks with you know what I'm saying? Like, collabos, it's different when you're collabing with a video guy than when you're collabing with a rapper. It's like a competition. When you're collabing with me, it's more teamwork involved, you know what I'm saying? It's a different level of respect, and I fucking feel that shit and I feed off that shit, man. Just like the vibe I get from people, the energy. Like I wasn't a strong believer of energy until I started like really following my dream. And it sounds crazy because I've only been doing it for like 7 months, but like this shit was in the making for like 10 years. Since I was like 16, started like writing rhymes, doing this shit in my boy's closet with a mattress up against the door, fucking with like Acid Pro. I don't know if anybody out there, shout out Acid Pro. It's a free program, whatever. But yeah, anyways, kept doing videos, consistency, meeting new people, and then I had the opportunity, someone who I do videos for, a company, shout out Holy Black, he had given the opportunity for me to, level up and try to open up a studio one way or another. And so we just took a risk, you know what I'm saying? Got a couple people on board who are just like down for the cause and just have pure talent, just like, and passion like I do for my videos, and put them all in the same room. And we worked out a system where everybody can like immediately start making money. And that's not what it's about, but you have to self-sustain. If you want, I'm here every day doing something, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to be that person and be here every day, you got to figure out a way to sustain in here, you know what I'm saying? So when I started doing rap, this is the shit that I wanted to do it for. I wanted to have my own studio, I wanted to have people interested in my story. I wanted to have a team of people who I trust with my brand, who they trust me with their brand, and we can all grow and work together, and no hidden thoughts. Everything is just on the table, just straight up growth. Shout out my homie Mayowa. Like, now I'm sitting here in front of the camera with the homie Mayowa behind it, you know what I'm saying? And I got my boys right out there, and we're sitting in my booth, you know what I'm saying? So like it took 10 years to get to that point. The videos is what really pushed it to that point, but like everything fell into place because of the energy, you know what I mean? It's energy. Anybody out there, I'm gonna look at the camera for this one though, anybody out there who, like, I don't know shit, yo, deadass, I don't know shit. 7 months ago, I didn't have nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I got a great family, but 7 months ago, I didn't have none of this. And then I just took a risk. I took a dive into the abyss, not knowing if this shit would turn out right. Got some equipment, started doing videos, and now I'm here. It's like, I think that's a good feeling, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it, you know, I ain't got nothing else to say. Maybe I'll think of something else later.
Honestly, if you're stuck or anything like that, and you don't know where to go, you don't know if you want to do music or not, you don't know if you want to just sort of start creating music and you have no idea where you are, all you have to know is that there's only one way to get successful at creating music, and that's to create music in the first place. You just need to create. Forget about everything else, forget about any judgment you might get, just create music. All you have to do is focus on making music, and in my opinion, I think that should bring you to success, one way or another. It'll bring you to success. Always progress as an artist. Make yourself better at things. I feel like if you keep doing that and keep putting music out, eventually it'll work out. I'll let you know if it works out for me.